I heartily welcome to all the newcomers, all the fellow colleagues, exposure to this session. So I've been given this one topic. This is a pattern of examination in Bihar Element Sciences University and how to draw the question papers. So this is one of the important aspects of the university, and I say that is the academic aspect is the most important aspect of the university. Without systematic that this academic session, academic programs cannot run in the university or any education institutes. So students will read the subjects throughout the year, and they should also sit in the exam in the proper time, and so that the result can be published at the proper time. So now this question comes that what are the pattern of examinations that is going on in the Bihar Research University, and how to obtain the question papers from the different persons or the experts. So under Bihar Research University, three constituent colleges are there. One is Bihar Veterinary College, Patna, where you have joined. Second one, SGIT, Sanjay Gandhi Institute of Dairy Technology, also situated at Patna, very near to the veterinary college. And third college is the College of Fisheries, which is situated at Kishanganj, which is far up from here. So these three colleges are there, and veterinary college provides the BSc degree. Dairy college, they provide BTech, that is Bachelor in Technology in the Dairy Technology, and College of Fisheries, they confer the degree on Bachelor of Fisheries Science. Besides this undergraduate program, the postgraduate programs are also running in Bihar Veterinary College as well as Sanjay Gandhi Institute of Dairy Technology. Now, these three colleges are there. The programs are also there, undergraduate and postgraduate program. But the Bihar Veterinary College, that is BVSNH, Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Veterinary Degree program, it is regulated by its regulatory authority, that is Veterinary Council of India, which was started for the first time in 1984, and they revised it. Published the regulation, this VCI, Minimum Standards of Veterinary Education for BVSC and degree program regulations 2016. In 2016, they have come out with certain changes. Now they have dropped the semester system, and that the old system, the traditional systems in which I have read, or our Dean PG have also read on that old pattern system. There is traditional systems was there, and we all have passed through this traditional system. There are also 5.5 years course, and 5 years, 1 year for up to the first year to fifth year, and there was the 6 months internship training program, altogether 5.5 years course. Now it has come back again. That is first professional year, that is second professional year, and third professional year. These 3 years are of 1 year duration. Fourth professional year is of 1.5 years duration, and last 1 year is the internship program. Now in this program, they have increased the duration of internship program from 6 months to 1 year. So these are the 18 subjects or 18 disciplines in which all the BVSC students have to read different courses. The study from veterinary anatomy physiology to the veterinary clinical complex and livestock from practices that you know all. So these are the courses or syllabus, you can say, that is including the credit hours. That is in the first professional year, there are the courses that is of 12 credit hours for theory, 6 credit hours for practical, total 18 credit hours. So students are offered 18 credit hours for first year, 22 credit hours in second year, 24 credit hours in third year, and 17 credit hours in the fourth year. So this is total is 81 credit hours, and which is equivalent to 179 credit hours as per semester program. Now this what is credit hour? That you know, that means that 1 credit means that in 1 week a theory class or of 1 credit will be allotted, or if it is the practical oriented course, 1 practical class will be allotted to that particular subject. So that means that 1 hour duration per week for theory is the 1 credit, 2 hours duration per week or working period of 3 hours in the veterinary clinical complex or livestock complex, livestock farm complex is considered as 1 credit hour or 1 credit per week. So this is another aspect, that is attendance. Though this attendance is not the part of the examination pattern, but this is very important aspect, because I can say that the attendance is the entry pass, gate pass to enter into the examination hall. So under VCI system, so they have given that compulsory attendance is of 85%. Each and every student attend at least 85% classes for a particular subject. If there is deficiency, so that deficiency can be meet up by relaxation up to 10%. And for 10%, that means a candidate having attendance below 70, up to the below 85%, but above 75% should be allowed with certain conditions. What are the conditions? If the candidate, if the student is suffering from some diseases, so he or she has to provide the valid medical certificates, and or some other regions, some valid regions may be there due to the death of the very near and dear, either parents or brother or sister or grandparents. So under that conditions, for that he has to produce the certificates from the concerned authority. In case of, if the student is residing in the village region, so they have to provide the certificate from the panchayat level. So now, but if the candidate is having less than 75% attendance in a subject, he will not be allowed to appear in the annual examination of that subject. But under any circumstances, if the attendance is below 50%, the candidate will be dropped from the university roll. So I would like to say in this aspect, that if a student remains absent himself in the college continuously for 30 days or more than 30 days, now automatically the cases should be reported to the dean of the concerned college, and the dean of the concerned college will draw the attention of the university authority that this boy or this girl remains absent for continuously 30 days or more than 30 days. Then his case or his continuance in the university will be discontinued. He will be dropped from the university roll. So this has been happened in Kishanganj, and so for so many times. And next is the examination and evaluation system. So under VCI system, now they have changed the pattern of examination system. It is completely new aspect. So they have the total examination system. They have given into two parts: the internal assessment as well as external assessment. So under internal assessment for theory program, the first, second, and third exam will be conducted by the course teacher, by the course instructor. So after 30%, after covering the 30% of the total syllabus, has to take the one exam of 40 marks. After covering 60% syllabus, the second exam should be conducted, and after 90 and above coverage, third exam will is to be conducted. All the exams should carry 40 marks, and duration of the exam should be at least 1 hour. Now these marks have been converted into the weightage. That is, the students will get the 10 weightage. That is, if the marks is 40, so this should be converted into the point in the form of the weight. That is, and that can be converted. So out of suppose a student obtained 36 marks out of 40, then what will be the weightage in terms of 10? Then 36 by 40 into 100 will be equal to the weightage of the under 10. So in this way that weightage has to be calculated. And here another thing, there are 3 exams has to be conducted for this internal assessment. But best 2 exam, the marks of the best 2 exam will be considered for consideration in the result, not all the 3. So here 3 exam will be will be undertaken, and out of 3, the best 2, you will get the 10 and 10, that is 20. Total weightage will be 20. Out of 20, whatever the marks is obtained by the student, that will be considered. Next, annual exam for theory, annual exam for practical. So theory exam will be conducted by the under external system, and practical exam is totally internal. Under theory part, that is which is under external purview of the external examiner, that each 2 papers of 100 marks each will be given, and that the students have to appear in the paper 1 and paper 2, and 100 marks will be converted to the weightage of 20. So paper 1 20, paper 2 also 20. Then practical exam of also there are 2 papers, paper 1, paper 2, and each paper having the marks 60. That means that, and weightage is also 20. So altogether, if the paper is having theory and practical both, so then in theory the student has to secure the marks out of the 20. So 20 20 20 20, that means total theory and practical will be 80 weightage, and the internal assessment first, second, third, best 2, that is 10 and 10 20, total 100. That is total weightage will be 100, and the student has to secure the marks out of 100. So there will be the 4 professional examination and 1 year of duration, that is in the first year, second year, and third year. But the 4th year, there is 1.5 year of duration. That is the 4th year, the exam will be conducted after 1.5 year. And the theory component with under the external system, and the practical component is totally internal system. So there are besides theory program, there are the courses in the livestock farm as well as the veterinary clinical complex. It is totally practical oriented. So there is no theory. So but here the first practical exam will be conducted after completion of the 50% syllabus, and the second exam will be conducted after completion of 100% of the syllabus. But and that time, that second exam will be conducted after completion of the entire syllabus, the covering the entire syllabus. I want to say that covering the entire syllabus, whatever the portions covered in the first exam, that the question may also come from that part also. So students so I would like to say that students should be informed that accordingly, that he may also get question in the second and the final paper from the portion that already covered in the first exam. So duration of the exam, that is in internal assessment, so it should be 1 hour of duration. But in case of theory program, the duration of 100 marks is that exam, and the duration will be the 3 hours. Now here, that as I have said, the total weightage of the theory and practical shall be 100, and the ratio will be the between theory and practical is 60-40. The theory is 60 and the practical is 40. If we calculate it, you will find that the ratio will be 60-40. And now about the distribution of the marks for subjective and objective. For objective words, for the theory part, that 40% should be given for objective and 60% should be given subjective. If there is the 100 marks of the exam, so 40 marks should be of objective oriented and 60 marks should be of descriptive or subjective oriented. And this should be strictly followed. Otherwise, it will be difficult for the students. So students has to secure the marks, and they have to acquainted in this aspect. They have to told very beginning of the class that this is the system or pattern of examinations. So they have to follow it strictly. So they will accordingly, they will also prepare from the beginning. Next, under VCI system, there is internship program is there. So internship program, that assessment will be done up of 100 marks, and this 100 marks is divided into the following headings. That is logbook or the project report. Writing up the project report is 10 marks. Performance in different postings. The students are posted at different aspects in the Department of Gynecology, Department of Medicine, Department of Surgery, like this, in the farm, in the in the nearby government hospitals. So from there, the students has to procure the certificates that what was his about his performance. So from that, that 20 marks is given. So he has or she has to obtain the marks out of 20. Besides, entrepreneurial aspect is also there, where 20 marks is given. So this entrepreneurship is the new one. This is the government want to give the thrust on these aspects. So students should be motivated for their own entrepreneurship. Last day before yesterday, there was a lecture from Dr. Dinesh Bhosle. I have heard it. That was the very nice, and that was a very nice motivational lecture for the students. And students, that if they are motivated, so they can be a good entrepreneur. So for that, one has to prepare himself on that line. So in under this aspect, 20 marks is given. Next, the case reports or presentation in clinical complex, how the case is reported, how the that maybe a presentation should be there. For that, 10 marks is allotted. For and after that, a written test will be conducted, written and viva voce. For written test, 30 marks is allotted, and viva voce 10 marks. Total altogether 100 marks. So the minimum pass marks of internship assessment is 50. So the students has to secure at least 50 marks. Otherwise, if he gets less than 50, then he has to repeat the same program. Next, there is the provision of the compartmental examination under VCI system. So if the students failed in one or two subjects, they may be allowed to appear in the compartmental examination. But if the students fail more than two subjects, he will not be allowed to appear in the compartmental examination. But he or she has to register this course with the junior batches. But after completion of appearing in the compartmental examinations, even if the students could not able to pass the compartmental exam, then he has to get the year back. So this is the system of the of our examination system. Next, after this examination is over, now thing is that grading system. How the students the transcript or the mark sheet is prepared, and what is grading system, that one has to know. The instructor or the teacher has to submit the result of the students at the end of the exam. But that they have to prepare the grade point also. Now what is the grade point? That means grade point is in a subject shall be the total marks obtained by a student out of 100 marks, and that will be divided by the 10. So suppose that student obtained 81 marks out of 100. So this grade point will be 81 by 10, that is 8.1. Next is the credit point. In a subject, credit point in a subject shall be grade point that will be multiplied by the credit hours. Suppose that grade point is 8.1. So if the credit hours is 3, 2 plus 1, that is 2 theory and plus 1 is practical, that is total is credit hours is 3. So this 8.1 should be multiplied by 3. That means total credit point will be 24.3. So this will be the credit point for a particular subject. And if suppose the total credit points, suppose the students took five courses, 5 courses in a particular semester, and what will be the total credit point? So credit points of all the courses should be added. That will give the total credit points. And next is the grade point average. So whatever the number of courses, that 5 courses were allotted to a students in a particular semester, so the total credit points whatever he obtained, and that should be divided by the total credit hours. Suppose 5 courses were taken by a student in a particular semester, and the total credit points maybe maybe 125, and number of credit hours, say for example, is 18. So that 125 should be divided by the total number of credit hours, suppose 18. So this will be the average of the grade point, or you can say the grade point average. Next is each and every semester, after that grade point average is to be calculated separately. Next is overall grade point average. Now whatever we actually find ultimately in the transcript of the result, OGPA, that is overall grade point average. What is this? See, overall grade point average means, suppose a student is first in the second professional year. So in his transcript, two things will be there. One is GPA, grade point average of that second year, as well as overall grade point average. That will be the cumulative of the courses taken in the first year and the courses taken in the second year. So that means up to the second year, whatever the number of courses are there, total credit points obtained of all the courses, that will be divided by the total credit hours. Total credit hours that the boy or the girl took in first year and second year. Similarly, if a student pass in the fourth year, then he will get the grade point average of the fourth year, as well as he will get the overall grade point average up to fourth year. That means that whatever the number of courses undertaken by a student from first year to fourth year, that credit points will be divided by the credit point average will be divided by the total number of credit hours undertaken from first year to fourth year. So this is the grading system. Next is the ranking of OGPA. So now that BCI has also prescribed that what will be the ranking a particular grade. That is, if a students get 8.8 and above, that he'll be declared as the first division with distinction. If his OGPA is 7.00 and above, but less than 8, that is 7.999, that he'll be declared as the first division. If a students obtain the grade point average more than 6 or more than 6 but below 7, he'll be declared second division. If he secured 5 and above and less than 6, that is 5.999, he'll be declared pass. So here one thing is there, in case of the credit point, grade point, suppose the obtained marks, students obtained the secured 81 marks, this divided by 10, that is 8.1 is the grade point. But when we calculate the grade point average, credit point average, CGPA for particular semester, then that total credit point will be up to 2 decimal. But when OGPA is calculated, that will be calculated up to 3 decimal. So this was the program, that is examination pattern of the VSH degree program under BCI system. Next is there are another 2 colleges. There is Sanjay Gandhi Institute of Dairy Technology, where BTech degree is awarded to the dairy students, BTech and dairy technology, and Bachelor of Fisheries Sciences to the College of Fisheries students. Now there the undergraduate programs is regulated by the 5th Dean's Committee report constituted by the ICAR, and with minor changes is also undertaken by the Academic Council of the concerned university. So there is, both the courses are 4 years degree program, and the subjects there are the 6 subjects under dairy science: dairy engineering, dairy technology, microbiology, chemistry, dairy business management, and dairy extension education. Whereas in case of fishery sciences, there are 11 courses, though there are 9 courses are there, but 7 courses are there as per Fifth Joint Committee. But our academic council, it has been declared as total is 7, because some of the courses were merged together and clubbed under the division. So now the total approved courses is 11 for BFSC degree program. This is aquaculture, fisheries resource management, aquatic animal health management, aquatic environment management, genetics and breeding, biotechnology, fish processing technology, fish nutrition and feed technology, physiology and biochemistry, fisheries extension, fisheries economics and statistics. Here the examination system. Now the examination system is a little bit it is different from BCI system. Now the total marks is 100 for each and every subject, and if there is the theory and practical both, so it will be divided equally. That is, external theory will be given the 50%, that is 50 marks, and for the internal assessment will be given the 50 marks. So under the internal assessment, suppose the course with theory and practical both is there, so there will be the midterm, assignment, and practical, and the total internal assessment is 50 marks, and that will be divided into different patterns. So that I'll come to the next slide, so it will be clear. Here, suppose for courses having theory and practical both, so there are 2 quizzes, that is announced or unannounced, 5 marks each, total 10 marks for quiz. Then practical assignment will be given, and it includes the lab practical, biology, and the record. Total is 15 marks. So for internal assessment, the theory part is of 30 marks. There is quiz 10 for quiz, 20 for midterm, total 30, and for practical, that the assignment is 5, and lab practical including biology and the record book is total 20, and total is 50 marks. So there will be internal assessment of 50 marks. Now, for obtaining the paper for external exam, all the HOD should ensure that that all the syllabus should cover properly, and if possible, with the approval of the university authority, the modernizations can be possible as provision is there. Now under the evaluation system, the evaluation can be done internally by the faculty other than the course instructor. That means when the external exam, this is the provision that questions would be obtained from the external examiner, but the answer books will be evaluated by the teachers of the concerned subject. There is some other faculty, but since the number of faculty is very less, so it has been decided by the university that the external programs should be, the answer book of the external exam should be assessed externally by the outside by the external examiner outside the university. Now there are courses that having only theory, there is no practical. So under such conditions, there will be 2 quizzes, 5 marks each, total 10 marks. Midterm will be 20. Assignment, there will be assignment of 10 marks, and viva voce will be 10 marks, total 50 marks. And for courses with practical only, here I want to say that this is for internal assessment. That is 2 quiz, midterm, assignment, and viva voce, total 50, because 50 is internal and another 50 is external exam. And for courses with practical, there is no theory program. So still here there will be the 2 quiz of 5 marks each, that is total 10 marks, and 40 marks is allotted for the midterm, instead of 5, and 10 marks is allotted for assignment, and there will be viva voce of 40 marks, and total is 100 marks. So this is the breakup of practical program only. That is the courses with practical only. There is no theory class. Next is how to obtain the question papers from the outside the university. Now for this program, that is under the external examination and evaluation system, the question papers of different courses are generally obtained from the external examiner. So from the outside the university. So generally 2 sets of question papers along with answer key of objective only. Answer key objective only are obtained from the external examiner. So now the 2 sets of question papers are obtained, and for this program, a list of external examiner is to be prepared. So here a panel of experts of different disciplines duly approved by the Honorable Vice Chancellor are obtained as external examiner for different subjects. So at least 2 months prior to conducting of the external final exam, all the dean of the concerned colleges or the HODs should submit the list of expert of the concerned subject, because he or she will know in a better way that what are the external, how many external examiners are there across the country in different college of fisheries or different dairy colleges. So they will submit the list of examiners with all details, their address, their phone number, their mail ID, so that that will be a panel of experts will be compiled, and it will be approved by the Honorable Vice Chancellor. After approval of the Honorable Vice Chancellor, the concerned expert will be offered for setting of the question papers. So the external examiner shall be paid remuneration for setting question papers, evaluation of answer books, typing, as well as postal charges of the question papers as decided by the university from time to time. So this remuneration over the time it changes according to the situation. It will be changed by the approval of the academic council. So matter will be proposed in the academic council, then it will be approved. I think so. It was approved the last in the last academic council meeting, or prior to the convocation. So it was changed. Most probably that is 500 rupees 500 for setting up one question papers, and for evaluation of answer book at least 50 rupees is given for per paper, but minimum 500 should be given to the examiner. Suppose external compartmental examination is there, only 2 candidates are there, so for that total remuneration will be 50 into 50 is 100, but minimum is 500. Minimum 500 should be given to the external examiner for evaluation of the answer book, and 500 will be given for setting up 2 question papers. Next is guidelines is given to the external examiner who will set the question papers. Usually a broad guideline is given to the external examiner to set the question papers, because it is very essential. Otherwise they will not maintain the sanctity or the uniformity in the question papers. That's why, to maintain the uniformity in the question paper, a broad guideline is given to all the question setters. Now the question setters are expected to set the question papers covering the whole syllabus, whole course, the prescribed as per the syllabus included with the offer letter. So with the offer letter, the letter is will be given. With that, the syllabus will be attached. That this is the syllabus. That entire syllabus has been covered. So accordingly, the external examiner should give the question covering the all aspect. That no portion should be left in the question. Next, For BTech program and BFSC degree program, the total marks allotted for external theory paper is 50. So the question should be of 50 marks. And here again there is the part 1 or part A, part B. That is part A for objective and part B for subjective. Out of 50, it is again 50-50. That is if the total marks is 50, so 25 for the objective and 25 for the subjective. So this will be the pattern of question papers, and marks of the question papers allotted to objective and subjective papers. Now that for objective questions should be given separately, and the subjective question also should be given separately. In the first, that objective questions that will be given. So ratio of objective and subjective questions to be distributed, that is as per VCI, norms, and as per fifth Dean's Committee recommendation for BFSC and for data technology. So the questions should be distributed or covering the entire syllabus, and the time allotted for the objective questions and subjective papers is 30 minutes and 90 minutes only. So here initially objective questions are given to the students. For that only 30 minutes are allotted. So after completion of 30 minutes, student has to submit the papers. After submission, they will be provided the question marks for subjective and descriptive question papers. So objective questions is of 30 minutes duration, whereas the subjective questions, for completion of subjective questions, the 90 minutes, that is 1.5 hours, will be allotted. That means after 2 hours, total duration is 2 hours so of the exam. After 2 hours, the students should submit the final paper. But after 30 minutes, the objective questions papers should be taken from the student. Now what will be the type of questions given, and number and types of questions to be given, and what are the marks allotted for each question is also mentioned by the fifth Dean's Committee. That is, in case of objective questions, fill up the blanks, multiple choice, and true false. These 3 questions will be given. In fill up the blanks, 12 questions should be given, of which 10 questions should be answered by the student, and total marks is 10. Whereas in case of multiple choice, again 12 questions will be given, and out of which 10 questions are to be answered by the student. But here only half marks is given to each question. That in total is 5. In case of true false, again 12 questions will be given, and total number of questions to be answered is 10, and each question carry 1 mark, so total marks is 10. That means altogether, the fill up the blanks 10, multiple choice 5, true false 10, total objective question marks is 25. Next is subjective type questions. There are 2 types of questions will be there under subjective type or descriptive type questions. There is short answer questions and descriptive and subjective questions. Under short answer questions, total 7 questions are to be set by the examiner, out of which only 5 questions are to be answered by the student, and each question carry 2 marks, total is 10. And descriptive questions, the 5 questions will be given, out of which 3 questions are to be answered by the student, and total marks is allotted 15. That is total marks for descriptive of subjective is 10 plus 15 is equal to 25. So this is the marks distribution and the number of questions, type of questions. There's the pattern of the question papers should be set by the external examiner, and for which the details instructions should be given to the instructor. Next is the instruction to the examiner. Besides the guidelines, some other instructions are also given to the examiner. That is, all questions should be typed in double space, preferably in computer in Time Roman font in MS Word. Question setters must ensure the coverage of entire syllabus in the questions. It will be requested, the examiner should be requested that he should cover each and every topic of the syllabus, and there will be no repetition of questions in any form. It will be strictly avoided. So it will be requested that this question should not be repeated. That is, sometimes it happens that one question is given in the true and false. Same pattern of questions is also given in multiple choice like this. So that questions should not be repeated. That will be strictly avoided. For that, it should be requested to the external examiner. Now, how you will send the question paper? That sealed packet of the containing question papers must be sent to the controller of examination, office of the registrar, Bihar Science University, Patna, through the register post. So either register post or through or by post or mail, they can send through the register post. That is the only safety. There is no other way to send the question papers. Next is evaluation system. As I have already told that OGPA, there is for the pass marks that the students has to secure the OGPA 5.55 and above, and that 5 and above up to 5.999, that is below 6 is declared as pass. 6 and above up to 6.999 will declared as the second division. 7 and above up to below 8, that is 7.999, will be declared as first division. 8 and above will be declared as the first division with distinction. And whatever the OGPA is obtained by a student, that can be converted into the marks also. That conversion formula, that is percentage of marks, is equal to OGPA into 100 by 10. If we multiply this with this fraction, so we'll get the percentage of marks. Next is the examinations pattern of the postgraduate program. So as I have said that the master degree program is running in 2 colleges, Dairy College and Bihar Veterinary College, Patna. But there is proposal, or it has been approved in Academic Council for running a master degree program in Fishery College for 3 subjects. That is in the aquaculture, in aquatic resources, as well as in extension program. But I hope that will run very shortly. And there is PhD program in dairy technology as well as in Bihar Veterinary College, Patna. So master degree program, master veterinary science in 16 disciplines are there, and master of dairy technology or technology in dairy technology, that is MTech DT, in 6 disciplines. And master degree program is of 2 years duration, and doctoral program, PhD degree program, that is in not all the disciplines, but most of the disciplines are, I think so, it is also 15 disciplines of veterinary science. It is of 3 years duration, but there is no PhD program in dairy technology. Only master degree program is running at dairy technology. So here in master degree program, the examination pattern is totally internal. Whatever the theory or practical, that 100% is will be internal assessment. The evaluation will also be done internally by the faculty member. Besides this is the examination system. Besides, there is another part in the academic curriculum of the master degree and the PhD program. This is for research work, submission of thesis, that rules and regulation for research work and submission of thesis is different from here. But under PhD program, the student has to, in master degree program, the student has to pass the some other courses. And here also that evaluation system is same as in the undergraduate program, that all the marks is converted into the OGPA, and students would get 5 and above, so that they can pass. If the students get less than 5.0 for any subject, he will be declared as fail. But overall OGPA is less than 5, so students should be put under the academic probation. Academic probation means here in the next semester, just only 50% of the total course or total credit hours will be given. If a particular semester there is 24 credit hours, so only maximum 12 credit hours course will be given to the student who is put under the academic probation. And that's one or two chances will be given to the student. If he is unable to clear the academic probation, then after 2 chances that he will be dropped from the university. So this is all about the pattern of examination system and how to obtain the question papers from the university. So this is given in details. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mangal. You have narrated very nicely. And I think yesterday our Dean Sahab has taken this MSP 2016. So most of the things is already clear. Even you want to ask, you ask 2-3 questions. So we can start our next session with Satya Kumar ji.
Yes, sir. So is there any question about the question? I can say rather query from the faculty's side.
Some
We have
sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Some questions our faculty member have typed in chat box. So it will be better to go one by one after going through the chat box. You can see this chat box, not slide, chat box. Please.
For that, I have to out of this.
The chat, this after participants, another column is chat.
Chatting is
you can open chat box.
सर नीचे में चैट है, जहाँ शेयर स्क्रीन किए थे वहाँ उसमें बगल में चैट है।
एक मिनट तो आ रहा है, चैट आया है, चैट में क्लिक करें ना।
Yeah, chat box. So Alok, we can start the questions from Alok.
सर कोई क्वेश्चन शो नहीं कर रहा है इसमें।
सर आपको राइट हैंड साइड में क्वेश्चन दिखेगा सर, राइट हैंड साइड में देखिए सर, पूरे एक कॉलम दिख रहा होगा पार्टिसिपेंट के नीचे, वहीं पे है चैट।
To everyone side is here.
राइट हैंड साइड सर अपने स्क्रीन पे।
सर कोई क्वेश्चन पढ़ के सुना देना, इजी हो जाएगा। सर को कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा हो।
इसमें लिखा है जूम ग्रुप चैट में BCI has its own guidelines. Please refer NSVE 2016 regulations. HOD has to appoint internal examination. The external examination along with the internal examiner conduct the practical examination. Yes, it is going on. For the HJDT and SQF, as per 5th Dean's Committee report, the practical examination is internally taken. The course instructor in consultation with HOD undertakes the examination. For PG and PhD program also, the practical examination is internal and the course instructor in consultation with the HOD undertakes the examination. From the Dean VVC, there is 72.5% or shortage in attendance. Better not to allow such students as not in the exam. Yes, sir. The students, if they are having the sort of attendance below 75, they will never be allowed in the exam. Either they will be put under the academic probation, or they will be allowed to appear in the exam with the next batch. That will be better. So many of the universities, Dr. Sushant has written, many of the universities work with their online evaluation of answer method, and also question papers are also on the same. I think so. It will be better that whatever the is going on in our university at present, because questions are obtained from the external examiner and also evaluated by the external examiner. There will be no murmuring from the from faculty or from the students that there is very chances of partiality, so that will be completely avoided. Secondly, the number of faculty is very less in our university, particularly in the dairy technology and in polytechnic. So in some of the FSC, even teachers are not there. But whatever the teachers for particular subject is there, providing classes for other subjects also, though it is not his course subject. That's why it is difficult for those subjects. And so this 72.5% is not the marks, it's the attendance. If the students get less than 75% attendance, and then you will not be allowed to sit in the exam.
Sir, in the last slide, so there was in the last slide, the column we had on the left, the last row, it was written 7.25 or something like that related to shortage in attendance. That was not much clear to me. That what does it want to signify?
That is related to attendance, not the marks, because marks for that marks or the OGPA is 5 and above will be awarded the pass. But if the students having attendance less than 75%, he will not be allowed to sit in the exam. He will be declared as fail.
So, what is the significance of the value 72.5?
So here it is written or given just to remind to say everything, but
okay,
it is not to marks.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
We can
75.
Yeah, please.
सर 75% से नीचे जो अटेंडेंस है उसमें बच्चे को फिर से कंपार्टमेंटल दिलाना जाएगा या उसको फिर
fail. He will be declared fail. He will be declared fail. Otherwise, if you just allow one time, then you have to allow every time for all the students. That one has to follow the very strictly. Otherwise, it will be difficult to manage.
No, what about the rules? He is asking about the rules for SGI-DT. If a student is subject by means of attendance, so will he be allowed for compartmental examination like in case of VCI system or not?
Compartmental examination तब होता है जो लड़का पहले एग्जामिनेशन दिया है, फेल किया है, तब वो कंपार्टमेंटल में आया है. इसका मतलब उस टाइम पे उसका अटेंडेंस पूरा था, तभी वो फाइनल में एग्जाम में बैठा था, तब वो फेल किया तो कंपार्टमेंटल एग्जाम दिया. इसके लिए इसमें तो 72
not in totality. He is asking about, yeah, it's okay. He is asking about in a single subject. Suppose in SGI-DT, in one of the subject, a student is having 70% attendance, but in all other courses, he is having 75%, more than 75%. So, what will be the fate of that particular student?
He will appear all the subjects except that subject in which he is
in that subject, either he will go for compartmental or he will be repeated as per 5th Dean's Committee recommendation.
He will be repeated because compartmental तभी होता है,
repeated
फेल होता है तब, फेल नहीं हुआ, एक्चुअली हुआ ही नहीं.
Okay. So any more question?
सर
Dr.
Jaiswal, बताइए.
मतलब सर कि डेयरी कॉलेज में जो सर एक्सटर्नल एग्जामिनेशन का सिलेबस है, तो हम उसको उसका कितना मॉडरेशन कर सकते हैं, कितना %, ये जानना चाहता हूं मैं।
ये अभी हमको जहाँ तक मालूम है, हमारा यूनिवर्सिटी एकेडमिक काउंसिल में अभी ये डिसाइड नहीं हुआ कितना % मॉडरेशन कर सकता है, 10% कि 20%, इसको डिसाइड करना है यूनिवर्सिटी एकेडमिक काउंसिल में, इसको अप्रूव कराना है तभी हो सकता है, अभी अप्रूव नहीं हुआ।
Moderation is essential.
यस सर, ठीक है, थैंक यू सर।
सर एक क्वेश्चन मेरा डीन सर से है।
डॉक्टर मंडल, हाँ बताइए।
सर जैसे ये मैं कल उसमें आपका देखा था, उस समय क्वेश्चन पूछ नहीं पाया। जैसे ये है कि 3 असेसमेंट होने हैं, इंटरनल असेसमेंट आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ 30, 60 या इस तरह से, तो ये पूरे प्रोफेशनल ईयर का पुट टुगेदर है या पर्टिकुलर यूनिट का है? जैसे हम एक साल में सपोज हम गायनी का एक यूनिट है, ऑब्स्टेटिक्स का एक है।
नहीं, प्रोफेशनल ईयर का,
पूरे प्रोफेशनल ईयर का,
पर्टिकुलर इंटरनल, हाँ पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट का इन ए पर्टिकुलर ईयर। 30%, 60% and 90% coverage of the this course syllabus. अच्छा, एक चीज और है डॉक्टर मंडल, मैं चाह रहा था कि many times because I have experience from SGIDT particularly, generally some reports came that question paper is out of syllabus, and many times they used to write 30%, 20%. Dr. Nirbhay might be agree with me, and he has faced this problem. So is there any provision in our university, because our registrar is also here, we can make some provision that up to how much course which is out of syllabus can be adjusted or can be accommodated, remaining if it is more than that particular percentage, then certainly that will be the re-examination, because this is quite common in case of dairy technology, not in the VCI system, but in dairy technology we generally used to face such type of problem.
I think that 20% syllabus can be moderated. But prior to that, we have to take the decision in the academic council.
Yeah, we have to take. Dr. Nirbhay can make some provision, can take some, make some proceeding, because this is important, and can be discussed within SGIDT, because many times this frequently occurs in case of SGIDT. So after taking an academic council, this can be done. Yes, Kargi.
Sir, I have one query related to attendance. Sir, जब बच्चे मास बंक करते हैं, do we have to take an attendance or leave the attendance? Because that is something very not clear. Because like सरस्वती पूजा के पहले बच्चों ने मास बंक किया था, so will the attendance be counted for that, or will attendance will not be taken for that?
Mass bunk means absent. Mass bunk means absent. You have to put mass absent. There is no question like that. If mass footing is there, certainly there will be mass absent. No question arises.
Thank you, sir.
It will be considered that class is conducted, but students did not appear, so he will be marked absent.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I have one query.
Yes.
Sir, there is provision for 3 internal assessment, and there is well-defined percentage coverage of the syllabus for the setting of the papers in respective internal assessment. Sir, my query is that as you given that there is 30%, 60%, and 90% coverage of the syllabus in this first and second and third internal assessment. My query is that, sir, in second internal assessment, for example, if I take the case of second internal assessment, then what syllabus I have to cover, 60% or the next 30% which was covered in that respective period?
So there is no hard and fast rule. If you able to cover that more than 30%, you can take the exam, but it should not be less than 30%. Suppose only 20% you have covered, and you wanted to conduct the exam, that will not be wise, because it will be हमेशा ध्यान में रखिएगा, everything should be in favor of the student. So हम चाहते हैं कि स्टूडेंट्स को प्रमोट करने के लिए उसको ठीक से पढ़े, और उसके लिए क्लास भी आपको होना चाहिए। ज्यादा से ज्यादा जितने जल्दी मान लीजिए कोर्स कवर हो जाए, आपको रिवाइज कीजिएगा। ऐसे नहीं है नौबत नहीं आ जाए, जो कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ स्टूडेंट्स कंप्लेंट कर दे, बाद में जो एक्सटर्नल एग्जाम क्वेश्चन सेट कर दे, अभी जो बात हो रही थी, जो हमारा क्वेश्चन सिलेबस कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ, एग्जाम हो गया।
नहीं सर, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि जैसे कि मान लीजिए कि सेकेंड इंटरनल असेसमेंट में हमने 60% हमने कवर कर दिया है सिलेबस को, तो हमें क्या जो अगला 30% है जो हमने सेकेंड इंटरनल असेसमेंट के समय पढ़ाया है, उसके पहले वाले पीरियड में पढ़ाया है, उससे क्वेश्चन देना चाहिए, या होल 60% को क्वेश्चन पेपर में कवर करना चाहिए? मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा था।
तो नेक्स्ट पार्ट जो है वो रिपीटेशन नहीं होना चाहिए। 30% जो ऑलरेडी ले चुके हैं वो रिपीट हो जाएगा। नेक्स्ट पार्ट जो 30 to 60%, इसमें यू ट्राई टू गिव द क्वेश्चन, पुट द क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दिस पार्ट।
मींस हमें ट्राई करना चाहिए कि हम नेक्स्ट 30 से दें, लेकिन हम पीछे के 30% से दे सकते हैं।
हाँ, दे सकते हैं।
जी सर, थैंक यू सर।
और एक चीज इसी बात में जो बात हो रही थी, पीके सिंह जी बोल रहे हैं, तो कोई कोई देखा गया है, जो हम लोग का एक्सपीरियंस है, तो बेस्ट 2 एग्जाम आउट ऑफ 3, तो कोई स्टूडेंट जैसे ओनली 2 एग्जाम अपियर हुआ है, 3rd एग्जाम में अपियर नहीं हुआ है, तो दैट मींस 3rd एग्जाम विल कंसीडर एज 0, तो दैट मींस बेस्ट 2 एग्जाम में कंसीडर करके उसका मार्क्स सबमिट करना चाहिए।
यस सर, थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सर।
For the moderation and all thing, I think it is already it must be there in the 5th Dean committee, that because course teacher and head of the department, because who will define that it is out of course or not? By saying by the student that it is out of course, we should not agree with that. There must be course teacher and head of the department. They can decide, and after getting the representation from the student that this question is out of syllabus, then only we can decide. If it is out of, then moderation is required. And for that, agenda must come through the Board of Studies.
Yes, sir. If it is there, okay. If it is not there, then I shall put up the proceedings.
Better to have proceeding through BOS and must be approved in the academic council, so that will be better for future. So I think no more question. Is any question? So
okay, thank you sir.
And this is all. So better to finish now.